everybody. I'm back with All About Love. And first of all, I want to thank everyone who's been watching the videos, everyone who's liked and subscribed. Thank you. And to everyone who posts and responses or opinions on Facebook when I ask the questions, thank you also. I love seeing that and, just seeing where everyone stands and the difference of opinions and everything. And today, for those who don't know, the question was, is silence power? If you know me, you know this is an issue. I have an issue with silence. If I have something on my mind, most times I'm going to say it. And if I don't say it, I'm like, you already know what I'm thinking because it's all over my face. I can't help it. It is what it is. However, I've learned over the years that sometimes you just have to shut your mouth and be quiet. And so I try these days to know more than I say and think more than I speak. And I haven't always been that way, but it has taken growth and I'm still growing. And it's something that I have to pray on daily and ask God to, control my thoughts and control my mouth. And it's a repetitive prayer because I have a really big issue with it. And I try to sit back and observe things. And I'm really good about that, but sometimes I still have the issue with my mouth. Like, even after I observe what's going on, I'm like, yeah, I need to say something. And sometimes that's not always the answer. But and I've been the type of person who believes that, you have to communicate and keep communication open, in order to have any type of successful relationship. But on the same token, silence is a very powerful form of communication. Just your silence, not saying anything. I'm learning to be silent when I'm upset and when I'm angry, because when you say something, you can't take it back. There is no putting those words back in your mouth. Once they leave your lips, it's said. And there's a lot of hurt that comes from people saying things, not actions, just words. I've been in a situation where someone has said something to me when we were having a disagreement, and I'm looking at them like, tell me how you really feel. And then you try to go back and be cool with that person, and yeah, you might say, I forgive you, but I know I've never forgotten what they said, and I probably never will forget what they said. And every once in a while, that's going to be something that, you know, pops in your head. So you should be quick to listen, slow to speak, and slow to anger. And that's just what you have to do. I mean, I try to not only just give my opinion, but also use the word when it comes to things. That way, I'm not just pulling it out the air. I really have an issue with my silence, so I read about it. I pray about it a lot. The book of Proverbs talks a lot about speaking and silence. And so if you have an issue with it, go there. That's somewhere for you to go. But also, I'm learning that when you're speaking, you can't hear God. I mean, I have, and I talked about it in my last video, I've had the issue where I was praying to God and I was wanting an answer for him. And I felt like I wasn't getting the answer when he was actually giving it to me all along. But at the same time, I'm praying to God. And I'm like, Lord, what do I do? Lord, where am I going? Lord, is this meant to be? And then I'm going to my friend and saying, girl, this is what's going on. I don't know what to do. I'm going to my other friend and I'm saying, I'm confused. I've been praying. And God is like, shut up. Like, seriously, be quiet and then you can hear me. How can you hear if you're still talking? How can you hear me if you're going to your friends asking them for your opinions? If you're going to your homie, if you're going to your coworker, if you're going to your mom, your sisters, your brothers, whoever, how can you hear God if you're still speaking? It's like a bunch of people in a room talking. Nobody is hearing each other. You have to be silent. God told Elijah when he wanted to hear from God, God said, you must be quiet. And so I'm learning that. And even I have a big issue when I feel like I've been wronged or somebody is wrong and I'm right, that I have to make that known. If I feel like somebody is lying, or if they're trying to make me seem like a bad person, or if they're trying to make it seem like I did them wrong, or trying to mislead people about my character, I always want to say something. Like, to me, it's hard for me to be like, oh, hell no, let me tell you how it really went. But the Bible says, don't answer the foolish arguments of fools, or you will become foolish as they are. So that's telling you, you can't argue with everybody. You can't make your point out to everybody. And at some point, you have to be okay with people not knowing your side of the story. And Lord knows it's not fun, because I'm always like looking like, what do they think? What were they told? At the end of the day, you have nothing to prove to anybody. So keep your lips closed. Even a fool, when he is silent, is considered wise. So you just have to be quiet, be still, and know that it's going to be okay. And, you know, I had a friend of mine who told me one time, she said, when I really want to get to my kids, when I want to punish them, she said, I don't talk to them. And I'm like, or you could whoop them. And she was like, no, seriously. She said, my kids are used to running to me and telling me this, me having an answer, me having their back, me loving them, me just being fun and happy-go-lucky with them. And when they can't come to me and say, Mama, let's do this, or just come to me and say, Mama, anything, and I'm not responding, it drives them crazy. So sometimes your silence is what is needed. Sometimes by not saying anything, you're actually saying all that you need. There's a time to speak and a time to be quiet. You have to know when that time is. And that's the power in silence. Somebody said it. Quite a few of you said it. It depends on the situation. Knowing when to be silent is the power in silence. Thank y'all again for watching the video, supporting. Any suggestions, any questions, opinions, I take it all. You want to be a part of it, let me know. Just hit me up. I'm willing and ready for it all. If you haven't already, subscribe to the page. If you haven't had your friends subscribe to the page, have your friends subscribe to the page. And we'll be back soon. And again, thank y'all for watching the videos and supporting.